you can't come to the phone right now. I'm listening to Party Talk Podcast.
Welcome to the Party Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Cooper Kaimig, here with Jaden and Chris. Today's episode, we'll be talking about NFL Fantasy Week 13. By now, you guys know what we got to do before we start. We're going to review our Week 12 predictions. Before we get into that, I just want to ask Jaden and Chris, how are your guys' leagues going? Are you projected to make the playoffs in any of them? Are you eliminated in any of them? How about you start, Jaden?
Well, I got 3 leagues that I'm in. The first one, the league I've been in for a couple of years now, is a big money league. I think we got there like 50 or 100. I'm not sure what the buy-in is, but I'm 8-4 in that league, looking pretty good. I still could lost this week. I put up 150 and I lost to 158, first and second highest scores in the league. That always sucks. Team looks good though. I got Jalen Hurts, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Ayuk, Kyle Pitts, but I did the trade for Evan Ingram, so I got Evan Ingram now. Tank Dell, and I got the Jets defense, the Eagles defense that kind of flip in and out. I did see Jonathan Taylor is hurt though, and he's probably not going to play for at least a week or two.
Breaking news, it just came down.
Yeah, so I'm kind of worried about that. Yeah, I literally just got it. He's doubtful, so
he just went underwent thumb surgery. They said he could return in 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and make a trade. I sent a trade for Zach Moss earlier. Let's hope that goes through. Otherwise, that league's looking a little rough. I got Gus Edwards, Keith Mitchell, and Devin Singletary, who I can kind of just play with. But I don't want to do that with the playoffs coming up. My other league, I'm like 7-5. It's just a league. I don't know. It's like a $20 league. Team's all right there. Not much hope there. And then my sleeper league, I'm in with the two of you guys. Yeah, that league, we're looking forward to next year. That league done for this year. I officially entered tank mode. I got Jordan Wilkins as my RB1. So we'll see what happens with that league next year. We got a lot of draft picks.
Yeah, how about you, Chris?
I'm in 4 leagues. 3, I'll be in the playoffs, but my best team, that's the one I'm 5-7. But there's still 2 more weeks left, and I know I got one of the best teams in that league. So I got hope. I'm holding out hope I make that one.
Yeah. I'm in 4 leagues. In one of them, I'm 9-3. I got a very good team with a great bench. I got James Conner on the bench. It's 12-man. Devon Achane, Jalen Warren. I had Sam Laporta on the bench in that league too. The other one, I'm 10-2, my best league, all because I drafted Raheem Mostert with like a last pick.
I did the same thing.
And then, my best team is in the sleeper league with you guys. I'm 7-5, but I mean, listen. Oh, I just gotta read this lineup for the viewers: Justin Herbert, Dave Montgomery, Ramondre Stevenson, Tyreek Hill, Adam Thielen, Travis Kelce, Jerome Ford, Devin Singletary, Calvin Ridley, Zay Flowers, Justin Jefferson, and I'm 7-5. Anyways, other than that, I got one league that I'm not eliminated yet. I'm 5-7. It's like a 8-man league, so I mean, if you get hit with one bad injury, you're kind of done for. But I'm fighting my way back. I'm on a 3-game win streak right now, so hopefully I make it there. All right, let's do a little review of Week 12. Let's take a look at our starts of the week. Who's your start of the week last week, Chris?
I went with C.J. Stroud. He's been on fire second half of the year. 30.9 fantasy points, 2 touchdowns, 304 yards passing. He was the number 4 quarterback this last week. All 4 of those guys had over 30. I heard today that under pressure, he's the number 1 rated quarterback, and he's a rookie. That's unbelievable. So his future is very, very bright.
Yeah, I saw the chart, and he was far above everybody else. Like, it wasn't even close. Yeah, he's been very good. Who was your start of the week, Jane?
My start of the week last week was Tank Dell. He had a solid week. He continues to perform. He's been good. I mean, he's looking really good. Like, he's wide receiver 1 worthy. But he had 5 catches for 50 yards, or 5 catches for 50 yards, a touchdown, and then he got another handoff for 12 yards. So 17.2. another game with 8. He had 8 targets. He got double digits weeks before that. So, and he also had a big reception that got called back for illegal motion. And the catch he made on that was just insane as well. So,
That's like what 60 yards or something like
dude,
that.
it was like
Yeah,
it
but
was
he
like
was the
60
one that
yards.
was
Yeah,
illegal.
and
He
to
was
be
in
fair,
motion.
yeah, he was the one with the legal motion, but it didn't affect the end of the play. So I'm just gonna take that into account and say he was maybe a step shy of another 50-yard catch, give him a 20-point week. But yeah, he's looking real good. I like him a lot.
Yep. And then my start of the week was Stephon Diggs. I needed a bounce back, and he got it. He had 19.4 PPR points, 6 catches on 11 targets, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Something I noticed on watching that game, and I watched almost all of it. He was off the field for most of the third downs that game. I don't know what they were doing, taking him off the field. But yeah, he had a great bounce back week, and we had some pretty good starts. Let's take a little look at our waiver wire pickups from last week. Who'd you have, Chris?
Jaden Reed, 15 PPR fantasy points with a touchdown. We've been telling you for weeks to pick him up. Zach Charbonnet, not a very good week. He played the tough 49er defense. He was 14 for 47 yards, 4 receptions. And I mean, that's not bad against the Niners, but he still got the Niners in a couple weeks, and somebody else was real tough.
He's got a rough
tough
couple weeks
matchups
coming up.
But if you're desperate, we told you to grab him. And then Isaiah Likely, he finished with 8 PPR points, nothing too fancy, 4 for 40.
He started off the game getting like target. He got all. I'm pretty sure that those all came in like almost the first half. Like they just stopped throwing to him. But I'm pretty sure all those catches and yards came pretty early in the game.
Yeah, I think he'll be better moving forward.
Yeah,
especially how honestly injury prone that Ravens team is. You never know who's going to get hurt, and I mean if Bateman goes down because he has an injury history, or I mean Odell obviously. He could be a huge league winner. One of my waiver wire pickups was Demario Douglas. He had 10.9 PPR points, 6 catches for 9 targets and 49 yards. He did leave it with a concussion, but almost 11 points, and he left the game early. I think he can do a lot better next week, and he's got a pretty good matchup. Did you have a waiver wire pickup, Jaden?
Yeah, I think I just you guys hit on a lot of them, I think, but I just threw AJ Dillon in there without Aaron Jones playing. I think he had 11 points. Let me check. Yeah, 11.1. So I mean, ain't hit big, but I mean, if you were thin at the flex position, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of weeks where I would have loved to have 11 points out of a lot of people, but so yeah, not bad, but I don't know. The Packers running backs this year has been so disappointing. So
yeah.
Kind of hard to trust either one of them going
They
forward.
were throwing the ball super good on Thursday.
Yeah,
watching the game.
Jordan Love looked really good, actually.
So I got a question for you guys. At least the way I view it is if I pick up somebody off the waivers, I don't care what they do, but if they get me 9 or 10, I'm so happy with that, and just let my other guys go off.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I gotta have double digits.
Double digits. No, I need double digits. If I'm picking up, for example, I didn't pick up AJ Dillon because I didn't really need him in any of my leagues. But if I needed a flex play this week and I picked AJ Dillon off the wires and puts up 11.1, I'm not complaining about that at all.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at our sleepers from last week. My sleeper was Demario Douglas. I was telling you guys to pick him up, and I did start him. Like I said, he had 10.9 PPR points, and he left early, so that's not bad out of somebody just picking up off waivers. Who was your sleeper last week, Chris?
The man, the myth, the legend, Greg Dortch of the Cardinals, 11.7 fantasy points. He was only 3 for 27, and he had a touchdown in there, but he did have 9 targets, so they like him when he plays.
Yeah, I know. Last week when we were talking about him, when he's out there, he's getting 9 or 10 targets, and he'll get a touchdown or he'll get his yardage. So maybe take a look and see if he's still out there. Who is your sleeper, Jaden?
My sleeper the same as Chris's waiver wire, Jaden Reed. So kind of went along with his waiver pickup, but he had 4 catches for 34 yards and a touchdown, and they gave him 2 more handoffs this week. He finished with 15 PPR points. So I mean, that's the third week in a row. He got 19.4, 19.2, and 15, 3 weeks in a row. And they're giving him handoffs. They're throwing him the ball a lot. So, yeah, he's going to be pretty good down this last stretch of the season.
Yep. And before we get into actually, we still got our bet of the week from last week. My bet of the week, it was on FanDuel, 400+ odds. Everything hit except for the Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. The David Montgomery touchdown hit. Amon-Ra St. Brown yards hit. Demon rushing hit, but we missed on that touchdown. What was your bet of the week, Chris?
Mine was the Thanksgiving Day special. 3 games with 4 TDs. So we had David Montgomery, ka-ching. Tony Pollard, ka-ching. CeeDee Lamb, ka-ching. And the automatic Christian McCaffrey, ka-ching. So I pulled my head out my ass and I actually won some money.
What was your bet of the week, Jaden?
On bet of the week, I had Gibbs over 7.5 rush attempts, that hit. Amon-Ra over 5.5 receptions, that hit. Monty anytime hit. Anders Carlson over 4.5 kicking points, which I got baked for a little bit, but it hit. Anzalone over 6.5 tackles and assists, that also hit. And the last leg that did not hit was David Montgomery over a half receiving yard. So, so we were 1 leg short there. But I mean, you know, I had the amount of bad beats I had this week. It was depressing. I'm not even gonna lie. It was just, oh man, it wasn't fun. Yeah. I needed ETN to get a touchdown for a few of my parlays. Did you guys watch the Jags game? I mean, they're on the 1 yard line, I think 3 or 4 times, and he didn't get a single touchdown.
Yeah, he got stuffed.
He got stuffed. T-Law took one too. It was bad.
I had ETN for a touchdown. If he would have hit, I would have won, I think, 100.
Yeah.
Put $10 down for that, but I actually had a pretty good week betting wise for NFL. But all right, now we'll talk about this week, week 13, with our predictions. We're gonna start on the waiver wire. Jaden, you want to go ahead and start on some of your favorite players pick up?
Yeah, let me see here. So for waiver wire, I had oh wait, I'm on the wrong one here. So for waiver wire this week, wait, where did I put it? Hold on 1 second. So for the waiver wire, I had Zach Moss, obviously with a Jonathan Taylor injury. I know he went crazy. He was going crazy earlier this season without Jonathan Taylor, and a lot of people already had him picked up. But I think when JT came back, some people dropped him because I looked, and he's only available. I mean, he's available in 58% of the leagues. So if he's sitting out there on the waiver wires, I'd definitely give him a pickup for these next however long Jonathan Taylor is out, because he was just going crazy at the beginning of this year without Jonathan Taylor.
If I remember correctly, he was RB4.
Yeah, he was
and
top 5 RB.
That was even when I think Jonathan Taylor had played 2 games with him too. He was going crazy. So
yeah.
Who are you looking on the waiver wire, Chris?
I've been listening to some fantasy podcasts the last couple of days, and they're all mentioning their players who to pick up this week. And the same players, the 3 of us told people to pick up 2 or 3 weeks ago. So these fancy guys, they got to wake up, man. You got to stay ahead of the game. So that's just a bunch of old news to me. But this week, I'm looking at if Michael Wilson comes back for the Cardinals, I think he's going to get all Greg Dortch's touches or targets. So that's kind of a long shot there. But Tyler Higbee of the Rams, you look pretty good. Cooper Kupp and Puka disappeared for some reason. He found his old reliable tight end out there. Caught 5 passes for 29 yards, but he hauled in 2 touchdowns, which is nice. 20 fantasy PPR points. But they do play the Browns this week, and they are the number 1 team against tight ends. So, maybe this week isn't the right week, but maybe you stash him for the week afterwards. But I got another tight end out there for those knuckleheads that let go of Pat Fryermuth. They finally got rid of Canada. He gone. They got rid of him. So let's see, Fryermuth. He sat out 7 weeks. He came back, and their offense was phenomenal. What they have, 400 yards, first time all year.
Yeah.
Or first time since Canada's been there or something.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Crazy. He was 9 for 120 with 21 PPR points. And also Dallas Gardner Goddard might be coming back early. I heard that today.
Yep. I got a tight end as well. It seems like they're thriving out here. I got Jawan Johnson, tight end for the Saints. The Saints wide receiver core is injured right now to the bone. And someone's got to catch passes. If Taysom Hill isn't available, I'd look to add Taysom Hill first, but he's rostered in most leagues. I also love Jawan Johnson. If Chris Olave is out, I think he's going to catch a touchdown for sure. He'll maybe get 40 yards, 5 catches. And, he's been a touchdown machine in the past couple of seasons, so look to add Jawan Johnson. And then let's take a look at our sleeper of the week. Who's your sleeper of the week, Chris?
I texted this on Sunday watching him play. His first 2 catches were phenomenal. Jalen Hyatt of the Giants, 5 for 109 yards, 15.9 PPR points. He was the Fred Biletnikoff Award winner from Tennessee. He's a round 3 pick. I think I mentioned him week 2. He had 89 yards receiving that game, and I kind of been watching him since. So for those smart guys that picked him up week 2, congratulations. But I think he's going to be a breakout at the second half, the very end, last couple 4 weeks. They're not playing for anything, so why not see what they got out there? So Jalen Hyatt of the Giants.
Yeah. Who's your sleeper of the week, Jaden?
So for my sleeper of the week, I got, you know what, it hurts me to say this. I traded this dude for literally nothing at the beginning of the season, but it's not Najee Harris. I mean, Arizona's run defense is they get destroyed every week, it seems like. Last week with the new OC, now that Canada's out of there, as Chris previously mentioned, Najee had 15 carries for 99 yards, and he got in the end zone. So I know Jalen Warren fumbled, and that might have affected the touches he got the rest of the game, but Najee's still a good regardless, and he has 3 touchdowns the last 4 weeks, and I can see him having a good week against the Cardinals, week 13.
Yeah. I heard a stat, I think it was from the CBS Sports guys. The Arizona defense has given up either, I think, 100 rushing yards or a touchdown in every single game to running backs this year.
Yeah, they're atrocious.
So,
yeah, they're bad. And the Steelers go for 400 yards in the first game in I don't even know how many years in the first game after firing Matt Canada. That's just a really bad look for old Canada there. So,
yeah,
man.
Did you hear something about Boswell was ripping them too, the kicker?
Yeah,
I saw that video a while ago.
I seen that clip when it came out. That was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That shit is actually funny.
So, my sleeper of the week. I know we're talking about a lot of tight ends here, but it's Chigan Okonkwo. He was somebody I was pretty high on coming into the year. He hasn't really done anything though. Last week he had 4 catches on 5 targets, 45 yards. Mike Vrabel says they want to get him more involved. He's a young tight end who's got a lot of talent, and he's got a great matchup against the Colts, who give up the 6th most fantasy points to tight ends this year and the 4th most tight end targets. So, I mean, I know we mentioned a lot of tight ends, but if Chicken Okonkwo's out there, it might be worth a start. All right. Let's go to my favorite segment of the week, the Pit of the Week. I'm going to go ahead and start off, and I hate to say it, but my Pit of the Week is Cooper Kupp. Did you know he hasn't scored more than 7 PPR points since his first 2 weeks of the season? He's scored under 7 in 5 straight games. I know he's been hurt. He's been on the injury report for a couple weeks now. I just can't feel comfortable starting him until he's healthy and putting together some solid weeks again. But yep, Cooper Kupp is in the pits until further notice. Who's your pit of the week, Jaden?
So for my pit of the week, I got I put Charbonnet. Like I said, he's very explosive. I actually like him. I think he'll be good in the future. But with Kenneth Walker going out, people kind of expect him to be maybe pop off a little bit. And he hasn't done that yet. I mean, he had a decent week that first game Kenneth went out. And then last week he finished with 9, playing San Francisco, which is obviously a tough defense. But it's not like it gets any easier going up against Dallas. So Walker is out again this week, so he's still gonna be that RB1. But that Dallas defense is just a lot to deal with, and I don't know. I don't see him breaking out to this week. Maybe, and then next it don't get much easier. You got San Fran again coming up these next couple weeks. It's just I don't know. I'm not very high on Charbonnet the rest of the season. I'm working with Walker.
Yeah. Who's your pit of the week, Chris?
Pit of the week. How about pit of the month? Bryce Young, under 9 fantasy points the last 4 weeks. He's only been over 15 once this year. I don't watch the Panthers play. I don't know what you guys see out there, but somebody missed the boat when they drafted him number 1.
I think he can still be good, but the situation he's in is terrible. Their O-line sucks. He don't got the weapons on offense. So I'm not giving up on him just yet. I'd give him another year. They just got rid of
Adam Thielen, for God's sakes.
No offense to Adam Thielen, but Adam Thielen being wide receiver 1 this late in his career probably. I mean, it's not bad, but it's probably not the best situation for a rookie quarterback. They did just get rid of Frank Reich, so he's gonna have another new head coach next year. Hopefully, they give him a damn O-line so he doesn't get killed every game, and hopefully, they give him a few receivers besides Adam Thielen. And I guess DJ Chark is his wide receiver too. I mean, yeah, he's not the best situation there. Hopefully, they get him some pieces around him. He can prove himself a little next season.
Yeah, that team's been a disaster. I don't honestly, I can't think of any head coach in their first year getting fired within the first 12 weeks. That's how bad they've been. First year head coach getting fired in the first 12 weeks.
Well, yeah, and be able to beef up that offensive line with all those number 1 picks they got coming. Oh wait, they gave them to the Bears. Sorry.
Yeah, and another thing is the Panthers manager or owner, before their new owner that they have now, they had 4 head coaches in the span of, I don't remember how many years it was, 30, 40 years, whatever it was. He's literally fired a coach. I think they've had 6 or 7 head coaches since he came in. Like he pulls a trigger quick. I mean, if he doesn't like it, he's gonna get you out of there. They still owe Frank Reich, and there goes a lot of their money to Frank Reich, who's gonna be sitting on his couch for the next 3 years. They're paying him $225K a day for him to go sit on his couch. So I mean, yeah, they got a lot of problems down there in Carolina.
All right, let's take a look at our starts of the week. Jaden, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, my start of the week. I got Keenan Allen. I mean, I was watching that Chargers game, as bad as it was. Another terrible primetime game, even though it's close. But Keenan Allen, he just dominates the targets in LA. Like back-to-back games with 16 targets. In the game before, he had 14. And he also, in those 3 games, has over 100 yards each game. And they're playing what is their record? 2-9, 2-10 New England Patriots.
I think 2-9.
Yeah, 2-9 New England Patriots. I mean, God, they suck. Belichick's gonna be out of New England next year. Keenan Allen's gonna probably put up 50 on him this week. Keenan Allen's my start of the week.
Yeah. I think the Chargers are gonna come out swinging. I think they're gonna put up a lot of points. They got to start winning, and I mean, this is an absolute must-win game for them. And yeah, I can see him going off.
Yeah, and going back to the head coaches before then we move on. Brandon Staley also needs to get out of LA. That is just terrible.
Yeah,
he sucks.
Yeah. All right, my start of the week is gonna be Brandon Ayuk. If you guys haven't noticed, a lot of my starts of the week are wide receivers who face off against the Eagles secondary or the Commanders secondary. Sorry, Jane. But if you guys don't know by now, the Eagles give up the most fantasy points to wide receivers per game. This game looks to be a shootout, and I think the 49ers want to make a statement after last year's playoff disaster, not having a quarterback. I can see Brandon Ayuk going off this week. Who's your start of the week, Chris?
I guess it's pick on Jaden day. I got 2 of the Miami Dolphins. They're playing the Commanders. It's the highest over-under of the week at 50, so there should be some points scored.
So Dolphins are scoring
Dolphins 20 maybe. I got Dolphins with 20-something, Commanders with 30 maybe.
Commanders, they've given up league-high 28 touchdown passes this year, and they allow the most fantasy points to quarterbacks. So I'm going with Tua.
Yeah, I could see a bad week for Washington. That's not going to be fun to watch. They might do us worse than they did the Broncos.
Is it at Miami or is it in Washington?
I'll double check. I think it's in
I'm
Miami.
not sure.
Because
I
the
Does it
think-
really
Dolphins
matter,
have been. I
Oh
think
no,
all the
it's in
Dolphins'
it's in
losses have been in.
it's at
big game.
Washington.
Ooh,
It is
I think they
it
got a
is at
chance. The
Washington.
Dolphins have not played good on the road, so
Hey man, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Sam Howell shootout.
Yep.
Sam Howell too a shootout. Let's see.
All right, let's wrap it up with our bets of the week. My bet of the week. I'm gonna keep it simple. My boring little parlays. I'm gonna go Thursday night special. Got 100 plus 108 odds. I got Dak Prescott throwing for 225 yards. Dak with 1 touchdown pass. CeeDee Lamb with 50 receiving yards. Tyler Lockett 25 receiving yards, and then DK Metcalf 25 receiving yards. What is your bet of the week, Jaden?
So I just threw a little, I gotta bounce back from last week, and this is probably not gonna be the way to do it, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. I've been let down by the touchdown scores for the past weeks, but I'm just go with 3 wide receiver one to score touchdown. I got Keenan Allen versus that New England defense. I got Amon-Ra, who did not get in last week, I believe, right? I don't think he got in last week on Thanksgiving.
I don't think so.
I don't think he did, but I got him scoring. And then, as much as it hurts me to say, Tyreek Hill is going to get in against Washington defense. That's a guarantee. So I got Keenan Allen, Amon-Ra, and Tyreek to get in the end zone this week.
All right, what's your bet of the week, Chris?
I'm going with the alternate touchdown line for quarterback. I'm going with Tua for at least 3. If you got big balls, go for 4. If
7.
you got real big balls, you're going for 5. Go for it. And this is the game. I'm telling you. I got maybe Hill with 2 touchdowns and Waddle with 1. And then for all the diehards out there that have been waiting patiently, we do have our kicker prop of the week. I'm gonna go with the Bears kicker for 3 field goals because they're not gonna score. So let's go with Bears 3 field goals.
Yeah, those kicker props, I'm telling you right now, man, those kicker props, free money sometimes, most of the time, actually. You catch a kicker at 4.5 kicking points, you go and throw some money on that, man. It's pretty.
Hey, wait a minute. I got
pretty good.
Nathan calling me right now to make sure. Nathan. Yeah, Nathan's calling.
Yep. Those kicker props get it done.
Mm.
I might just do it all kicker parlay, actually. Just forget all the touchdowns. I might just do it all like 7, just kicker points for every game this week. I'm gonna start all one big parlay.
We'll cook up something this weekend. All right, that'll do it for the Party Talk podcast. Catch you next time.
See you, boys.
See ya.